Hi guys, Jurassic Junkie here, and I'm pretty upset. Welcome to Friday Night Rant. So yes, a bit of an anticlimax really. I've decided to upgrade the vessel that you all live in and buy a big beast of a camera. And it turned up today, I was all excited. I'm trying to educate myself because this isn't a run and gun camera. You don't just hit record, you need to learn how to use it properly. And the SD card don't work in it. Apparently I need to get a better SD card so the SD card even can keep up with the camera. So I'm really annoyed that I've spent all this afternoon trying to learn how to use that, and then I had to give up last minute. So you may hear some whirring down below. That's the PC, because I haven't had enough time to print off my little note sheet or anything, so I'm going straight off the screen. So this is going to be a bit of a random Friday night rant, but it doesn't mean we can't have a drink. So this week is Jack Daniel's Honey. I may have had it before, but this is just liquid candy. Oh, that got me then, in a good way. Oh, that's too good. Oh, damn fine stuff. If you can get hold of that, just throw money at the guy and just buy it. So, I hope everyone's enjoying the Wiiu, and because obviously the Wiiu's just been out, everyone in America is now playing it. To be fair, I've seen some videos of people really enjoying it, and from what I've heard, people are very happy with it so far, so that's good. I'm glad that people are enjoying it. But it doesn't mean I can't moan about it. So, I've got to talk about this because it was a cock-up on Nintendo's behalf. So, moving straight in, is obviously it launched and everybody started playing. And somewhere within the menus, there's a simple button that says press X to close. And somebody navigated the actual cursor over the X and then pressed X and instantly got taken to a magical screen. Now, I'll put some screenshots up above, but what it is it actually took them into the debug mode of the Wii U. So what you could actually do is go in and actually reset people's passwords and even delete something. It said you could monitor users, but as for the deleting side of things, it wasn't quite sure, because the guy who actually found the way to get into the debug mode was actually a good guy. So as soon as he did it, obviously you go in and have a little butchers. He had a quick look around, but if it says the word delete, he didn't want to press it to find out in case it actually damaged somebody's user. So luckily enough, he was a good guy, and he took a few screenshots to say, look, this is legit, I found a fault, put it on the internet, but didn't tell anybody how to do it. Now, as soon as that got wind, Nintendo closed this problem down within 30 minutes, which is brilliant of Nintendo to quickly go, crap, we've made a mistake. So they shut it down straight away, and when they did, he come out on Twitter and said, this is how I did it, I pressed X, as simple as that. Now, what the problem is it just sounds like it's a little debug thing that a programmer left in there. So many times when I'm making websites, I put things in and before it goes live, obviously I need to remove it because it's there just for testing purposes. And obviously somebody put it there for testing purposes, a quick shortcut to get to the debug mode, and forgot to take it out. Now, the good thing is nothing bad happened, but what happens if that guy wasn't a good guy and he was in fact a bad guy? Now, he could have done some damage, and if he went to took print screens and put it online, how long would it take for Nintendo to realise they actually left that loophole open? So that's a bit of a bad start for Nintendo, but that's fair enough, you know what I mean? They made a fault, but I've got to talk about it. But at the same time, while I was in there, you could actually go through and see all the different games, and there was one in there called Yoshi's Land Wii U. Now, obviously, there's a game not with that title just yet, so that's kind of dropped a spoiler out there that Nintendo may have said, look, Yoshi's Land, and now we all know it's coming. So they've not confirmed it, but at the same time, he's been in the menus, he's seen inside the box, and there's something there called Yoshi's Land. So there you go, breaking news, Yoshi's Land's coming out. So the other thing which they've done, and I can kind of one hand say good of you, and second hand I said you could have done something better. And what it is if you want to register a minor on the console, Nintendo want to charge you 50 cents. Now, the reason for this is because obviously they want to charge your credit card, because if you've got a credit card, you're an adult, so it's the way of testing, obviously, if you're actually a kid pretending to register one, or if you're actually a legit adult saying, look, I've got a credit card. So I understand the reason why they've done it, because they actually want to comply with the actual Child Act, which its real name is the Minor Child's Online Privacy Protection Act. I could never remember that without seeing that. And they want to comply with it, so they're obviously going to charge people 50 cents to do so, which I can kind of understand, that's absolutely fine. But if you think that there are actually going to be 3.5 million units sold, estimated, over the holiday period, if everyone decided to register a minor, that's going to net them $1.5 million straight off just in people registering. Now, obviously not everyone's going to register, we're not 100% it's going to be 3.5 million, but the point is, I think what they should have simply done is just said, right, we're going to charge you 50 cents or $1, whatever it be, and you'll simply get that money back in Nintendo credit. Because obviously they don't want to refund everyone back, it gets a bit messy, but it's quite easy. If I would have gone on and even had to be charged £5, if I would have known it would then be sat on the Wii U as credit so I can buy some random games, I wouldn't have minded at all. So I know it's only 50 cents, but I think a goodwill gesture, they could have just actually said it's now been turned into credit. But aside from that, everyone's enjoying the Wii U, so there you go, I'm going to stop bashing. And I'm going to top up with more of this. You'll have to have a refill in a minute. So, to the rumour mill, and this week's rumour mill is all about Microsoft. Now, before I go any further actually, this is Nintendo and Microsoft every week. Sony, you need to do something really bad or really good so I can talk about it, because you've just been left in the shadows lately. But moving on, Microsoft. So, there's rumours that Microsoft are launching a new Xbox. Now, it's not the Xbox 3 or the Durango, or whatever you want to call it. They're actually going to be releasing a dumbed down version of the Xbox. Now, the idea behind it is it's going to be mainly used for its actual apps. So, for instance, using TV services, and at the same time, it's going to be used for casual games. Now, I assume if they're saying it's going to be used for casual games, that means obviously it's not got the power to actually do hardcore games. So, therefore, if there's no hardcore games, I'm assuming you're going to get no disk drive, and the GPU is not going to be as powerful. So, it's just going to be for practically surfing through the apps, downloading indie games and just playing them, so just for light use really. Now, when I first read this, I was like, I can't see why you're doing it, but I think it's absolutely an amazing idea, because this week me and Joe were obviously starting to buy things for parents for Christmas, and when we went around to Joe's mother's the other day, we were sat there, and I'm used to now just simply saying, if I want to watch something, I just instantly go on Netflix or I go on the internet and I get it there and then and watch the episodes in the order that I want. And it feels foreign to me, to people that say, did you watch that at 6 o'clock last night? I'm like, sorry, do you go by TV schedules? That's just so old fashioned. And when we went round to her mum's, I wanted to watch Idiot Abroad, so she says, oh, I'll just go on demand. And it was like a really just slightly upgraded version of teletext, very slow menus. We had to try and navigate to find out if the episode was there, and I was like, you know what, you need Netflix. And then she says, yeah, I would use Netflix, but I want it on the TV. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, you can hook your laptop to the... Yeah, it gets a bit messy, especially when you're talking to parents, because they don't want to prat around with it. So he says, I know, we'll buy a Wii, really cheap, 40 quid, and just plug it in. But we're buying for a Wii just to get Netflix. Now, if Microsoft are actually going to make a console which practically does all this, but with all the extra bells and whistles in there, with all the different other services such as Sky, I think that's awesome, because I would definitely buy one of them for my parents and go, look, there you go, you can now get all the stuff that you want from the internet. At the same time, you can play a few little games, keep your mind active kind of thing, and also if there's any problems, there I am on Xbox Live, you can instantly send me a message if there's anything issues. So I think it's an absolutely awesome idea, and I welcome it. But again, this is rumour, it's not 100% yet. Now for the big rumours. Now, what it is there is a magazine by the name of Xbox World, and it's going to be dead as of the 12th of December. So they're shutting the doors, they're going to do the final magazine, so as the big blowout, they're going to actually release all the knowledge that they know about the Xbox. So it sounds like they have a few secrets, which Microsoft have probably said, don't tell no one, and they've gone, okay. And because they're going to be shutting the doors, they've gone, sod it, we're going to tell everyone what we know anyway. So information starts to leak out on the internet, what could possibly be happening with the new Xbox. So the rumours simply state, first of all, the name. Now, we know the code name is Durango, and it's not actually going to be called Durango, so you've got the simple rumours, is it Xbox 3, Xbox 720, several different things. And the rumour states that the Xbox's new name is the Xbox, because when people go into the shops, they simply ask for an Xbox game, they don't ask for an Xbox 360, and because Xbox is the common word, they're just going to call it Xbox, which I can kind of go, yeah, I understand. But this is my problem originally with the Wii U. I didn't like the Wii U name because it had the word Wii in it. And I thought, obviously, Nintendo's reason for it is that people go, oh, the Wii was good, so the Wii U's going to be good, and kind of group the words together. Whereas I think it makes it confusing, because if somebody's got a Wii, they've not got a Wii U yet, the grandmas go to a game shop, I want to buy my son the Wii U thingamabob, and it's just kind of confusing because the name is very similar. So I think the same thing with the Xbox. I think when it comes around to Christmas, people might be buying Xbox games when it's the 360, but the first one's the Xbox, the third one's the Xbox, the middle one's the 360. It's just a very messy name. So I just want them to just call it Xbox 3 or just random other thing. I don't really want it just to be called Xbox. It don't affect me, I just think it's kind of confusing. Now, The next thing that they've actually said, which is kind of I've already read anyway, and it looks like this is practically fact, and what it is the new Kinect 2.0 will come as standard with the actual Xbox. I've already read that the actual Kinect itself is going to have a standalone CPU inside its brain, so you don't have to pull the power from the Xbox, so therefore it's got its own dedicated memory, and dedicated brain even. That means it can actually be more powerful, so therefore it can actually detect fingers. So if anyone's actually sat there and actually had a look, it's very good, but sometimes it kind of jumps about and gets it a little bit wrong. So this new powerful one will detect fingers as well as 3 more people behind you, so it can actually do up to 4 people and fingers. So that's one piece of news. I'm not particularly bothered because Kinect to me is just a very expensive microphone. But when we're coming down now to the stats of what the actual console can do, it's going to have a Blu-ray. Now again, all rumours. Now Blu-ray first of all made me go, hey, we get the Blu-ray rash. Start again, let me have a bit of whiskey. Okay, hey, we get the Blu-ray. So that's how I felt at first, because I was like, yes, we get a Blu-ray, we ain't got to prat about swapping discs. And one of my friends on Xbox Live said a very, very good point. And what it is the PC, we could call it the master console, and loads of people would debate, and we're not going to go into it, but the point is, PC users have been used to actually having just a DVD player for many, many years now. So when they buy a physical game, they load the games in, install it all, and then they never need the disc again, unless they actually just have to put it in so it can detect you've still got the disc, then it carries on playing. And as a PC user, that's never bothered me. But it's bothered me on the consoles because I've just looked over to the greener pastures and gone, well, the PlayStation don't do that, so I've always wanted what the PlayStation does, one single disc. But thinking about it, it's not really an issue. If Microsoft give us a big, giant Xbox, I don't mind having 3 discs, chucking them all in, letting it all install to it, and then never have to worry about it again. So I've realised I don't really need a Blu-ray. Now they've actually said it could be possible to get a Blu-ray, I'm worried because I think if there's a Blu-ray player in there, therefore the chances of backward compatibility, that whiskey's really good. So yeah, the chances of backward compatibility to the original Xbox 360 is going to be very slim. So I'm worried now that if we are going to get a Blu-ray, fair enough, we're going to have 1 disc, yay, but it means all them games that I've actually got, I won't be able to put in the new Xbox, which is sad. So, to be fair, I'd prefer to be able to use my old games than actually have a Blu-ray player. But if we get it, it's awesome because then we can actually watch Blu-ray movies on it, which is a good thing. So, we shall see how that pans out. And the last few things is we're going to have a 16-core CPU, we're going to have 8GB of memory, and on top of it, we're going to have augmentation special glasses so we can do some swishy stuff. So these are, again, rumours, so the idea is that we'll put the glasses on and we'll actually be able to use the Kinect to control our hands, and the glasses will see things and we'll be able to do all the menu stuff. Now, the idea behind this, first of all, when I put them on and when I play it, I'll be like, this is awesome, for about a week, like the Kinect. So I think it's going to be awesome for some people. Kids are going to absolutely love it, so do it. Don't get me wrong, do it and let people enjoy it, but the idea of wearing a pair of glasses to do more stupid stuff like that is not for me. I just want games. So that is the rumours so far on the Xbox. The glass just magically tops itself up then. So, with the rumours out of the way, EA time. So then, EA have been up to the dirty tactics again, and what it is their Medal of Honor Warfighter, which is absolutely a great name, is done crap, and even EA have turned around and said it's done soft sales. So IGN have actually done a review, they've given it a 4.0 and simply said the game is bad. So IGN have said it's crap as well. So if you pop onto Origin, there's a simple sign on there that says Medal of Honor Warfighter has won me over, IGN. So it makes you go, wait a minute, I've just read an IGN review that said it was crap, and yet EA is saying that IGN like it. So I went onto Reddit, did a little bit of diving in, and the actual guy who wrote the article in the first place went on there to simply say he wrote about it back in E3 before he had even played the game, and he'd just gone up to a booth and they'd just shown him one particular online segment and he just played it and then just wrote up a very short review and just says, I've just tested the demo as such and the demo has won me over. So EA has gone in and said, that segment will do. You gave us a bad review, but it don't matter. We've copied and pasted your words and we've chucked it onto our website. So yes, don't believe everything that you read because they do look for that little word that makes your game sound good and put it in a positive spin. So, now moving on to Black Ops 2. Now, Black Ops 2, I'm not a big Call of Duty fan. Used to bloody love that game, and now to me it's very, very samey, so I've given up on it. But a lot of people that enjoy Black Ops have decided to pre-order it, not only because they just want it very, very early, but because you get a nice little bonus, and that is to get the Nuketown map. Now, Nuketown map is from one of the original Call of Duties, and they've brushed it up, made it super nice and sexy, and says if you pre-order it, you'll get this map for free. So obviously everybody's lapped it up and snapped it. And then, as soon as the game come out, they've decided to give everyone double XP weekend, so obviously every time you kill someone you get twice as many points, and everyone's been enjoying the Nuketown. All is good for Call of Duty. But then as soon as the XP stopped, so did Nuketown, and then they actually found out that Treyarch was saying, you get it when we want to give it you. When it's double points weekend, you get your Nuketown. When it's not, you get no Nuketown. So the problem is the actual case simply states that obviously by buying this, or pre-ordering it even, you will get Nuketown, and it doesn't actually say in very small print, by the way, we can take it away whenever we want. So everyone's kicked off, it's gone nuts on Twitter, Facebook, everyone's flooding on the forums, and it's worked because they've actually turned around now and added an additional mode called Mosh Pit. Let me have a quick look. Chaos Mosh Pit, there you go. And it's got several different features in there, and Nuketown's to find its way back in again. So it just proves that if people in the masses go in and complain, that can actually affect the outcome of something. So we've seen it before with BioWare, everyone wasn't happy with the ending, we all complained, we got a new ending. So it works, we need to complain if something is wrong. So that brings me beautifully onto complaints, power and you. And what it is many, many months ago, we was all complaining that SOPA was trying to actually censor the internet and make us not be able to do this or do that and do other things. And again, in Forces, we went up and we said no, and we actually won, and SOPA stopped, and we didn't get a censored internet. But it's happening again. Now, the idea is that a few governments want to have a few meetings and talk about censorship in the internet once again, and it's going to happen in December. So Google have actually turned around and says, no, we want a free internet, we want it free and open, and people can do what they want, obviously within reason, because we don't want child porn and stuff like that, but that's a given. That stuff shouldn't happen. But what they want to do is turn around and say, no, you're not allowed that on your website. And if somebody turns around and go, well, I'm not actually in your area, your government can't control me because my server actually sits somewhere else, it doesn't matter, because what they will do is simply say, well, guess what, the company that's giving you advertisements, they are in our country, so we will actually stop them giving you adverts, therefore choking you, stopping you getting money, and your site will cease to exist. So that's the idea behind the new movement, exactly same as that SOPA worked in the first place. But the point is, Google have turned around and says, if you don't want this to happen, go to google.com/takeaction, which the link is down below, and voice your opinion and sign the petition, and then Google are going to try and do their work to stop this happening. So please do so. I feel like I've just shouted the entire Friday rant for some reason. I think it's because I'm so angry. But yeah, we'll leave that one. So that brings us on to the question of the week. The question of the week, if anyone follows me on Facebook and Twitter, I actually opened it up to you guys and let you pick the question of the week. And the best one this week actually comes from the spokesman. And the question of the week is, did you ever buy a game with the intentions of diving in but still have it in a wrapper on your shelf? Now that is a great question, and I've actually seen it many times at friends' houses, but I have nothing actually in the shrink wrapper, because pretty much as soon as I buy something, I'll always chuck it in. And I've played a few games and I popped it in, and then it made its way to the shelf and I haven't actually got much out of it. But I've never actually brought a brand new game, put it on the shelf and never actually played it. So for me, I couldn't answer it, but down to you guys. Have you ever bought a game, intended to dive in and play it, and then just left it in a shrink wrap? So that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and do not forget, please sign that petition down below, because none of us will actually want to censor the internet. And I hope you all have a great weekend. And again, if you are on the Wii U, I hope you are enjoying it. And like I said, I had to talk about them two things. I'm not here to slay the Wii U. I hope you do have fun with it. Cheers, guys. Bye.